Good morning and welcome to Moving for Wellness. Today we're going to do a more like 25-minute video. I want to see how you guys are doing with shorter videos so that I can do it more often, possibly. So let me know what you think about the shorter videos and we'll take it from there. Again, we're still working on the sound. I'm hoping that the sound is well. I have not heard any complaints lately, so but I also haven't gotten any feedback that said, oh, it's great. So just let me know continuously, please, because that way I can make changes as they come, as I need to. Today we're using the wall as a prop. So clear out an area in your home so that you have the wall behind you, or use any room that you have available to you so that you have a little piece of wall. So that you can lean your feet against it, lean your back against it, lean your bottom against it, and you will see how we make use of that wall. Either way, hope you're enjoying the yoga, and again, feedback is appreciated. So circle around the seat as usual to open up the hips, side to side maybe, and switch sides. Circle around one direction and then the other direction. Take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, tuck the chin under, hinge gently forward. Deep stretch to the inner thigh, arms up. Exhale, and again hinge forward. Tuck the chin under, lengthening through the spine. Again, inhale. As you exhale, take the right hand behind you and the left hand across the opposite leg and look behind you. Inhale, a little small, taller. And exhale and twist just a tad more. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Exhale and turn. Tuck the chin under. Inhale a little taller, exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands by your side, lean gently back, press the legs away from each other, open the chest towards the ceiling, and stretch the hands. The hand is open onto the floor. You might feel a stretch to the forearm, and tuck the chin under, deep stretch between the shoulder blades. Open the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Lengthen through the spine. Try to bring your belly down onto the thighs. I'm not quite there yet. Inhale, lengthen a little further. Exhale, fold a little stronger. Inhale. And as you exhale, walk yourself up. Let's switch legs one more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Try to keep both sits bones on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fold a little stronger on the exhale and walk yourself back up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist. Left arm behind you, lengthening the spine, and the right arm across, holding the left knee. Inhale, lengthen upward. Exhale, turn a little further. Tuck the chin to open up anything between the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, other side. Inhale, a little taller. Exhale, turn a little further. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands behind you, open up that chest, press the legs away from each other, tailbone goes towards the floor. Tuck that chin under to open up the area between your shoulder blades. And very gently let go of your legs. Here we're going to use the wall for a prop for the first time. You're just going to peel your body basically onto the wall. Sitting in staff pose is difficult sometimes when the hamstrings are so tense that they won't let go. Flex and point, and flex and point, and circle. And flex and point. Sit as tall as you can, arms overhead. And as you're doing arms overhead, again, tailbone goes towards the floor. Your back is peeling onto the wall, opening up the chest. Arms up, overhead. See if you can keep your arms in contact with that wall as your arms go up, and extend those legs out away from you. So you can see here, I'm extending my legs downward as if I'm trying to lay the back of my knee down onto the floor, pushing the heel away from me. So my feet, it's not so much that I'm drawing my toes towards me, it's more that I'm pushing the heel past my toes so that I have to activate my quads. Here, arms overhead, try to keep in touch with that wall, with your spine aligned with the wall, the back of the head against the wall, and lift up. Exhale, taller, inhale. Exhale, taller. Inhale, and fold forward, tucking the chin under. Remember, we're trying to hinge at the hip, so that we're trying to put the belly down onto the thighs. Tucking the chin, lengthening the top of the head through, as if, again, I'm pushing my heel past my toes, and I'm also trying to put the crown of my head past my toes so that my body is peeling onto my thighs. Obviously, first stretch in the morning, still kind of stiff. Inhale. As you exhale, elongate further. Another help you can give yourself is gently bending at the knee. So here, instead of pushing all the way through, even though you can bend at the knee here, keep pushing through the heel, because we don't have to have a straight leg for that. We can still get the benefits and the activation of the quads, even if my leg is not completely straight. And then bend forward, so that you feel that deep stretch to the back. Lower back, back of the leg, the calf, under the foot, and your hamstring. And possibly the glute. And then reaching for those feet, placing my body onto my thighs. Inhale, elongate, exhale, fold deeper. Feel that belly engaged as the belly draws my upper body onto my thighs. Inhale. Exhale, elongate further. Activation of that belly. Inhale, arms overhead, peeling yourself onto the wall, and open up. Hands by your side, using that wall to be sure that your body is straight. So my spine is trying to elongate as much as possible. Flex and point, and flex and point. Here I'm going to drop my left leg closest to me. So what I'm trying to avoid is that because I'm pulling my knee, my foot towards me, that my body is coming away from the wall. This is really hard for me. So I'm going to try to bring that leg as close to me as possible, still trying to have both sits bones on the floor and still having my body against the wall. As I'm bringing this leg towards the inside, here I can practice a small little twist. A lot of times we do this seated in staff pose. So here I'm going to try to wrap my right arm around my left leg, and then I'm going to turn a little bit. That feels so good. Here my body cannot go anywhere but where the wall allows it to. Inhale. Exhale. And then I'm going to try to come to the other side. Elongate that leg. Draw the other leg in as much as possible. Trying to have both sits bones on the floor. Do not let that leg get away. Both sits bones on the floor, deep stretch. And here again, I'm wrapping my arm around that thigh. Of course, I can't come to a complete twist because my shoulder is against the wall here. But I can lean a little bit against the wall and practice this turn because I'm elongating upward. Inhale. Exhale. And then very gently let go. That feels really good. Okay, both legs in. Bring your body weight onto your feet. Here we're going to just try to come with our bottom against the wall. So that we have a chance to stretch out the bottom of our feet as much as possible. You can see here I'm not quite ready for that. My heel is too far up. But eventually I'm looking forward to bringing the heel all the way down. Maybe I have to bring my toes forward a little. There we go. So here I again use the wall to brace me. If I'm trying to do this without the wall behind me, I'm just working a little bit harder on my muscles to put myself in the position. But here I have the opportunity to press my feet into the floor to get the deep stretch in my Achilles right here, and to actively use the front of the leg to pull the top of my foot towards the shin. That elongates. With muscle, we're elongating the Achilles. The Achilles tendon is a really tough tendon. It's really wide, really strong. Tuck the chin under. And here I'm going to change positions just a little bit by placing my hands onto my knees. Pressing my elbows into my knees to elongate my spine. That feels really good. Tuck the chin under, elongation of the spine. Continuously, you probably don't see that well, but I am continuously trying to pull the top of my foot towards my shin, activating my shin muscles here. And that stretches my Achilles. Inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to try to bend forward. So here, I'm going to use the strength of my legs to slide up the wall. I'm going to place my heel against the wall and my hands on the floor so that I'm using the strength of my arms to press my bottom against the wall. Here it's important that you look at your knees. We want to see if the knee is in alignment with our feet. So here, if I drew a line between my hip through my knee, it should be above my foot. So we don't want to turn inward or outward. Inhale, maybe coming up to monkey. I'm a little too close. I do not have the strength to come up from here. So I would have to move my feet a little further away from the wall. But the practice here is that you find that balance. Eventually, my heel will be all the way to the wall for me to be able to sustain this move. But right now, I'm still a little bit away from the wall. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. The true sense of a forward fold, meaning the thighs are doing this work. And my feet are pushing into the floor, folding forward. Just like in my staff pose, my body is not quite ready to come to a complete forward fold. In a complete forward fold, my belly is flush with my thighs. And
we're using the wall, my heel will be flush with the wall. This is my journey still, working on that. Come up to monkey. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Here I'm going to step forward. Let's see how else we can use the wall. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Placing my hands in front of my feet. Here I'm going to try to use the wall for a standing split. First, let's come into that down dog. Pressing the heel into the floor. Your toes should be able to wiggle. And your body weight is to the outside perimeter of your feet. Your hands are pressing into the floor. The shoulders are riding down your back towards the hip. Inhale. As you exhale, let the right leg float up to the ceiling. And this is where that wall is extremely helpful, because here you can use that wall as a guide, because we don't want that hip to open up yet. So here we're just letting that leg float up into the sky. And here you can practice first your toes on the wall, and you're aligning your body here so that you have something to press against. Because eventually this heel is also coming to the floor, to the wall, right there. But the strength you need to let this leg float is actually coming from your back. So a lot of times we press this leg up and we're using the glute only, but we need the full extension from your back. So that's where standing in this position and just practicing what the rest of the body is going to do with that. Lengthening that spine, pressing the bottom leg into the floor through the heel, activating the quads. And then switch sides. Inhale. Exhale, other side. So this leg is floating up to the ceiling. Your hip is square here. Practice this leg, this position of this leg, where the knee again is in alignment with the foot. Pressing the outside perimeter of that foot into the floor so that you have a natural arch. If you have too much of an arch, you may have to do the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, and try to let that leg float up without changing anything. And then leaning against the wall again, pressing into the hands, lengthening the spine, and then very gently come into that downward facing dog. Inhale, as you exhale, drop the knees down, come into extended child's pose. This should feel wonderful. Place your feet onto the floor, come into a fully extended child's pose. Slide your arms by your side, child's pose. Pressing your belly onto the thighs. Place your hands onto your thigh and press yourself up into hero. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Scoot a little bit closer to the wall, with your toes touching the wall. Have a seat. The tailbone goes towards the floor. Your belly is drawing in. Here you can lean with the upper body gently against the wall. So there's a distance between your hip because your toes are here against the wall. Keep your legs nice and strong and engaged, so pressing into the floor, coming together. Take a deep breath in, arms overhead, lengthening. Here the most important part is that you're able to lengthen that spine. Hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Try to keep your arms open, chest is open, hands in contact with the wall. Hands to heart center, chin to the chest. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Very gently, use your arms on the wall and press yourself into a seated position. Hands on the wall here. Lift the chest. So instead of the hands being on the floor, you can practice opening up that chest. Tuck the chin under and shift the head back. Maybe you can try to put the forearms onto the wall as well, just to open up. And then here, pressing the hands into the wall, gently folding forward. Actively pressing with your belly into the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hands down next to your body. Let the shoulders fall open. Bring your hands onto your thighs and press yourself up into hero again. Curl your toes under. Come into downward facing dog, lining your heel up with the wall. Release your head. And again, maybe I can come up this time. I'm going to walk myself up towards the wall and see if I have enough strength now and enough flexibility to come up. But I can already feel not ready. So I'm stepping my foot forward just a tad until I feel that balance coming. If I can pull my hands off, I should have enough balance. Lift up into monkey. Fold forward one more time. Inhale. Reverse swan dive. Hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Here, we got to reverse that. I hope you can still hear me as I'm turning my back on you, but we're still on forward bending. So here I'm going to use the wall in the opposite direction. First I used it to support my bottom. This time I'm going to use it to support my back, so that I understand how it feels when my belly is drawing my upper body towards my thighs. So take a deep breath in, arms overhead. This is where blocks might be helpful. Exhale, which I didn't bring. Fold forward. So here you can use your blocks underneath your hand. Fold forward, and here I'm looking forward to lean the top of my shoulder against the wall. Again, my heel is digging into the floor, not my toes, but my heel. My hands are in front of me for bracing me. And as your tailbone is shifting away from the floor, your body weight goes into the shoulders. Again, my legs are bracing me. My body is pushing against the wall, but my head is open. My head is not compressed. My shoulders and my neck are not compressed. Here I can swing side to side with my hip, and it should feel absolutely wonderful because it's a deep, deep stretch to the entire leg. Here you can slide gently down, but just be careful. We want to have enough tension that we don't just slide down uncontrolled. So this is where your hands come in handy. This is where blocks come in handy for underneath the shoulder. And here you can practice how the legs are digging into the heel, into the floor. And this should feel wonderful. You can rest here and very gently bend at the knee and press into the floor. Bend at the knee if you wish, or just hang out here. And you'll notice how your body, little by little, lets go. Sway side to side just a little bit for a deeper stretch into that hip and into those legs. Inhale. As you exhale, use your upper body to come back onto your feet. Lift up to monkey. Fold forward deeper. Inhale. Hands to heart center, chin to the chest. Here, we're going to stand to the side. good exercise for the flexibility of your shoulder. Your hand is facing the wall, and you're going to try to draw a circle. Up on the wall and behind. If you're not quite ready for that, do what you can, because you can come here, lift as high as your body allows you to, maybe here, and if that is all, you're just going to come back down, turn your hand around and try to do this behind you, as high as you can to open up that chest. And if that's not working, you do what you can do. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, come back around. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, come back around. Let's try one more time that forward folding with the wall behind us. Take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Try to keep the arms in contact with that wall. And fold forward. Tap the chin under. Walk your hands forward. Come onto all fours. Feet flat. Come into extended child's pose. Exhale. Child's pose. You may remain here for the remainder of the lesson. Have a fantastic day and hope you enjoyed this practice.